the AFC East. Okay, pretty simple, straightforward. We talked about I think we talked about it a little bit a couple weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So let's start off with the Patriots. Justin, what do you have the New England Patriots record as this season?
So we spoke about this before. We
Mm-hmm.
touched on New England and their playoff chances, and unfortunately, I see my New England Patriots as the worst team in the AFC East.
Yeah.
I think the Jets, the Bills, the Dolphins, all of them have improved tremendously over the last 2-3 years, and I feel like the New England Patriots haven't adapted to the times. I feel like you see all these teams with number one receivers, and the Patriots are lagging behind, while our defense is always going to be top 10 or even top 5. Can the offense back that up? A great defense can only be as good as its offense. So if the offense is just going to be on and off the field and leaving the defense out there, we're going to be left out to dry. So I got the Patriots finishing the season 9-8. I think the offense finds a little bit of resurgence from last season, but ultimately not enough. Are you muted?
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. We're in agreement there. I remembered what when we talked about it. We talked about we actually went through the entire Patriots record a couple of weeks ago. I have them at 9-8 as well. We're in agreement there. I have them as the third, finishing third in the AFC East. I mean, we still got the best head coach in football. Spoiler alert for when we rank our top head coaches. He's the best coach in football still. He's the GOAT. All right, what happened?
I said, but is he?
He is the best coach in football. Come on. With the yes, he nobody's talking about the GM, Bill Belichick. We know he has done some made pretty terrible decisions the last couple of years, especially since Brady has left. But as a head coach, he has overcome his shitty decisions as a GM. The defense will be top 10, could be top 5, to be honest with you. We just signed Trey Flowers. We brought him back from our 2 Super Bowl runs some years ago now. And like I've said and stated, Bill O'Brien's going to make this offense better. He is. It's not going to be tremendously better, but it's going to look cleaner. It's going to look smoother. It's going to look more crisp. Mac is going to progress. He is going to take a step forward, and I have them finishing 9-8, being competitive. They're going to be competitive throughout the entire season. They're probably going to spoil some teams' hopes this year.
I think that the Patriots might surprise you just really with the defense alone keeping them in games. So games like against the Kansas City Chiefs and maybe even the Buffalo Bills, I see New England making a run, giving them a run for their money. The biggest question going into the season, and I really hope this happens, I hope the schedule is completely wrong. And I hope Mac Jones proves that he can be a starting quarterback in the NFL, a Pro Bowl caliber. I mean, I shouldn't even say Pro Bowl because they give those out like hotcakes, but just an elite quarterback in this league. He was drafted in the first round. It really just depends on what can Mac be for the Patriots. And if Mac can be more than what he was last year and more than what he was in his impressive rookie season, then the Patriots are in a good spot. Because with that defense, coupled with a good offense, sky's the limit for this team. Because we might be talking about this team as a 9-8 squad now, but if Mac Jones is playing at his actual capabilities, we might be looking at this team as a contender in the AFC.
Yeah, and like I said to you before, Justin, if DeAndre Hopkins was on this team, I truly believe that we would be the best team in the AFC East. I don't say that lightly. Yes, D-Hop is a difference maker on the Patriots because of how good the overall team is already. But moving on to the next team, I guess I think we're going to be in agreement here that who's going to finish number 1 in the AFC East. I kind of spoiled this to you a little bit ago.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Jets being the only team to make the playoffs in the AFC East. I have the Jets finishing 11-6. I have the Bills finishing just under at 10-7. But I have the Bills finishing 5-1 in the division.
And missing
the playoffs.
So, all right, maybe we should just do this by going through our AFC rankings just straight up. Might be better that way. I have the Jets. Yeah, just go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
So I have the Jets first place in the AFC East. It pains me to say it, but their offseason acquisitions, they had the biggest offseason out of anybody in the NFL. You bring in one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, that's going to make instant impact. And I can't wait. I don't know if Hard Knocks already came out, but I did not see episode one.
I think it started.
Yeah, it did start. So I got to check out episode 1, but it seems like the vibes are great there in New York, up in Florham Park in Jersey. I got the Jets finishing 12-5.
You have the Jets finishing 12-5. Okay.
That would make them, on my ranking, I'm not going to spoil it too much. The Jets are the number 2 seed in the AFC.
12-5 Jets. Okay, number 2 seed. Yeah, I already told you I have the Jets finishing 11-6. So you have them finishing number 2 in the AFC.
From the AFC.
I have the Jets finishing 4th in the AFC.
Okay.
At 11-6. But like I said, to finish out you'll give your thoughts on the Bills in a second. But like I said, with the Jets, Aaron Rodgers has changed life in New York, Justin. I completely agree with you. He is, when you take a guy who has been a perennial top 2, top 3 quarterback in the NFL for the past decade, basically, plus a top 5 quarterback of all time. If you want to argue from a talent perspective and you want to have that argument about just strictly talent at the quarterback position, I truly do believe Aaron Rodgers is the most talented quarterback to ever play the game of football, even more than Patrick Mahomes. Go ahead and check the numbers. It's about production as well. Go check the numbers. The passes are just as beautiful. Aaron Rodgers can – you all forget.
With the best of them, man.
Y'all forget. Go watch that Jared Cook throw, rolling to his left on a rope, all right? In a playoff game, too. Like, go watch the Hail Marys this man was throwing up.
Just ask the Cowboys.
Exactly. So and Justin, what's crazy is Aaron Rodgers has changed life in New York, and he hasn't even played a game.
I know.
He hasn't even played a game yet.
It's just the impact of knowing that you got a proven winner in your organization now, playing the most important position in sports. So you throw Aaron Rodgers there. Man, I even hate to say it, but I'm kind of excited to see what the Jets look like too.
Well, it's going to be arguably the top storyline in the NFL throughout the entire season is Aaron Rodgers on the Jets, because Aaron Rodgers is a draw. The New York market is what it is. You know about it. You live in New York. So, obviously, all eyes are going to be on the New York Jets. But when I say all that, Justin, we all know what that comes with, right? The pressure's on, Justin.
Oh, it is. This is Super Bowl now.
Yeah, the expectations are massive, like you just said. Heavy lies the crown.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
That's what I'm saying, Justin. You know what I'm talking about. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have them finishing 11-6 and being the only team to come out of the AFC East and making the playoffs. On the Bills now, I believe they're going to regress, Justin. I do. Even though I have them finishing 10-7, I'm finishing 5-1 in the division. I've been starting. I think I was 5-0 to start the season. I haven't finished starting 5-0. I think they're going to regress. There's no run game still. There's still no run game. It's Diggs or bust, and the defense is really suspect in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. While they're going to always be like a team, like obviously I'm still finishing 10-7. I'm getting double-digit wins. I just think that there's things that need to happen on this team.
I don't know if you can hear me, Brandon, but I think we lost a little bit of connection.
Oh, I'm going good on my end. You're all right there. Were you able to hear me? Anything I said?
You hear me?
I hear you now. I'm just gonna go.
I didn't hear anything from that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, basically, what I said is I just think that the Bills this upcoming season are going to regress in ways that you're going to look at that team and say things need to be done on that team. Work needs to be done. You can't keep putting out the same project every single week. or every single year and expect it, to change. It's the definition of insanity, Justin. You do the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results, and you get the same exact results. That's what the Buffalo Bills are doing. I don't think Sean McDermott is the fall guy here. I don't think it's his fault. I think it's the fault of expecting, okay, we got Diggs, we got Josh Allen, let's go win a Super Bowl. Like that's not how it really works nowadays. You got it. Go ahead. You wanted to.
Yeah, but Brandon, and see, this is the thing. What I don't understand, I get it. What you mean? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it hasn't been broken, and yet the Bills seem to still be a top team in the AFC every single season.
Well, it is broke because you got people saying that Sean McDermott should be fired, and that he's the fault. He's the guy that's holding Josh Allen back because they haven't. What they went to what? Wait, they've never been to an AFC Championship game, right?
They have.
They have. Okay, it was what was it? The 13 second? Oh no, they've
No,
been to
that
an
wasn't the AFC Championship.
They've never
game.
been to an AFC Championship game.
Yeah, they lost the year before. Before the 13-second game, they lost to the Chiefs. They got embarrassed in Arrowhead.
Okay, I'm gonna go double check that. I gotta double check that. But I mean, yeah, I think what your argument is gonna be, Justin, right? Is going to be your belief in Josh Allen that he is going to continue playing at what you consider to be a top 5, top 3 quarterback level, and he's going to carry the team to. I guess. Well, I don't know where you have him finishing. Go on. Where you have him finishing? What's their record?
I have the Bills finishing 5th in the AFC at 11-6, second in the division. Now, okay. I understand the concerns. I understand that Buffalo hasn't done as much in the offseason as you probably anticipated that they would. Same with me. I thought that they would go out there and get a bell cow of a running back. I thought they would get somebody that can take the load off of Josh Allen because, quite frankly, for all the crap that he may get, he's carrying that team. He carries that football team. So with that comes a lot of pressure, comes a lot of expectations, and also at the same time comes a lot of times where he finds himself forcing throws trying to be Superman. And I think you need to find somebody. They had a chance at a Bijan Robinson. I thought they might have gotten somebody out there. Dalvin Cook is a free agent still. You can go get yourself a running back that can take the weight off of Josh Allen, and they haven't done that. But even without that, I believe that Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, Dawson Knox, they added another tight end. I believe they'll be completely fine.
Yeah, I thought.
Dalton Kincaid, right?
Yeah, Kincaid. Yeah, he's getting massive hype around him. A lot of people like him. I think he's going to be a stud. You were correct, Justin. They did make the AFC Championship game. They lost to the Chiefs, 38-24 at Arrowhead. And Josh Allen didn't play that well. He had a 52 QBR.
Yeah.
So you were right there, but I don't think they're going to be fine. They added the tight end, okay, and I think Kincaid's probably going to start over Knox because Knox is a solid player, but he's not a high end guy. And the offensive line has always been shaky. Josh Allen, like you said, puts a lot on himself and does a lot, and I think since he's come out, I believe the stat is has the most turnovers in the NFL since he's come out of college, fumbles and interceptions. He's a turnover machine. He turns the ball over a lot. He's very Brett Favre-esque in that way. And you have the drama coming into the season with Stephon Diggs. That looks to be cleared up, right? I'm not trying to open old wounds, but who's to say another playoff run, or if how I see it working out, Justin, the Bills miss the playoffs. How's that going to feel in the locker room? I don't know, but you have more faith in the Bills. We have them one game off, I guess. I have them 10-7. You have them 11-6. So, and then the team that we have not yet to talk about, the Miami Dolphins, had a interesting offseason. They added Jalen Ramsey. A lot of people got hyped up for that, and sadly, Jalen Ramsey injured his knee. I forget the exact injury, but he'll be back in December. They're hoping how much of himself is he going to be? Probably not a lot, but this team is stacked on paper, Justin, right? I'm not going to argue that the weapons they have, the talent they have on defense is stacked. Mike McDaniel proved himself last year as an offensive whiz kid. The guy can dial up plays. But my concern is, will there be a questionable, quote-unquote, sophomore slump? I know Tua is not in his sophomore
Mike
year.
McDaniel?
Yeah, well, that's why I say quote-unquote. I know Tua is not in his sophomore season, but this is his sophomore season in terms of starting, where he's like the official starter. So is there going to be a sophomore slump where now that you've put that offense out on tape, right? And we've seen this for years. This is not something new. A new offense, comes out like wildfire. And then the next year they kind of come down a little bit because the defenses and coaches on the other side of the football have caught up, and now they have more film and game tape on you, and they can study you and expose those weaknesses more. That's what I say by sophomore slump. And about my questions, and I think not even just my questions. I think it's everybody's.
It's everybody's question.
Tua's health concerns. I have stated this, and I told you I hate saying this, but if this man suffers another concussion, he's going to have to retire. He has to, because it's not just about football at that point. It's about life after football. It's about your family and your future. Okay, growing old and creating memories. You want to be able to be there and be conscious of that. I have the Miami Dolphins finishing 8-9 in the AFC East and last place in the AFC East.
Wow.
Still competitive. Okay. Like, I think they're going to be competitive, but like even last year, they fell off a little bit. They started off hot, then they had a couple of weeks in a row, I think, where they I think it was the 49ers and the Chargers, then I forget the third team. They had a streak there where they lost a lot, and it's just, that's what I think.
So I think when I look at the AFC, you look at the Kansas City Chiefs and you're like, okay, obviously they're the team to beat. They're the defending Super Bowl champions. But I honestly believe that the AFC is very open. I think with the quarterbacks that we have in the AFC alone, and the talent that's there on each team in the AFC alone is super dangerous. And the Dolphins are another team that I find as a sleeper. I have them finishing 7th in the AFC with a 10-7 record. I think a full season of Tua, and remember, we're just projecting here. So if Tua was healthy, I honestly believe that this Miami offense is going to be probably number one in football. I think with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, we saw what they're capable of already. We saw some stints where that offense looked absolutely unstoppable. And I think another season of Tua in that system, while you say sophomore slump for Mike McDaniel, I see it being a coming out party for the simple fact that I think Tua is going to be healthy. I think another year for him in the system, he's going to flourish in. I think it's perfect. And I really have faith in the Miami Dolphins. I think, and as Patriot fans, we've seen it year in and year out, them give us a hard time to just win a game, whether it be in Miami, and now they're beating us in New England too. So I think they're a tough team. I think they're a lot better than other people are giving them credit for. I think they can surprise you. I have the Jets finishing 12-5, the Bills finishing 11-6, Dolphins 10-7, Patriots 9-8. So it's just 2 games can swing things. If Miami were to steal a game from Buffalo in Buffalo and take one from the Jets in New York, you just never know. So I think this team is very dangerous and capable of a lot. So I'm going to go Dolphins 10-7.
Yeah, the team is stacked. I can't argue that. Like I said, I got the Jets 11-6, Bills 10-7, Patriots 9-8, the Dolphins 8-9. So, like I said, I'm just as close as you. 3 games are separating the number 1 and the 4th seed in that division per se.